Hello, hockey, basketball, and soccer fans. My name is David. Thought I would just start this video 3:19 on the morning of Tuesday, 3rd of September, 2024, North American Eastern Daylight Time. Thought I would do is make this video a response to the Stanley Cup pressure ranking, power ranking video put out by Shan the Hockey Guy. So, in terms of the teams that he ranked, in terms of Canadian ones, he claimed that among Canada's NHL teams, the Oilers had the most pressure, while the Calgary Flames had the least. I'm going to focus on the play on those teams that last season made the postseason. So, I mean, there's definitely a strong case to be made that the Oilers deserve to have the most pressure, and he certainly claimed that the Oilers had the most pressure among all NHL teams. So, I kind of agree. The Oilers almost won that Stanley Cup, so I believe this coming season, I'd say, is cup or bust for the Oilers as well. Number two, I have a little bit of it. Will not know in terms of which Canadian team is number two in terms of pressure meter. The Shan the Hockey Guy claimed the Leafs had the most pressure. There's a case to be made that instead, that the Canucks should have pressure. After all, they took a big step forward. The Canucks took a big step forward last season from having finished sixth in the Pacific Division to finishing in first, and losing in the second round to the Oilers in 7 games, 3-2 in regulation in Game 7. Yeah, so the Canucks, I think, do have some pressure to at least see playoff action, to repeat. It's also the case of the Winnipeg Jets. After all, let's take a look at the Leafs. Leafs have won a playoff series more recently than the Winnipeg Jets have. Leafs have had their issues, but what about the Winnipeg Jets? Have the Winnipeg Jets won very many playoff series since their conference final appearance in 2018? No. When did the Winnipeg Jets win their last playoff series? Oh yeah, during that the stint of the all 7 Canadian teams in the North Division. It's an all Canadian division. So yeah, Jets swept those Oilers, but yeah. So I'd say the Winnipeg Jets are under some pressure, quite a bit of pressure. I mean, it's not just that they're bowing out in the first round again, the opening round. It's how they've done it. Defense was a disaster. So why isn't the pressure on the Winnipeg Jets? Perhaps a little bit more than the Leafs. It should be, because take a look here. The Leafs took the Bruins to 7 games. Yes, I'm not saying the Leafs were good in the last postseason, but look at what the Leafs did. I mean, is there any surprise that Shan the Hockey Guy bumped the Leafs out of first among all NHL teams in terms of pressure to win a Stanley Cup? Well, easy to argue that. But let's face it. The Leafs last season had iffy goaltending. Winnipeg Jets had relatively strong goaltending. But in the regular season, in the postseason, the goaltending just didn't work for the Winnipeg Jets. And yet, I look at the Leafs, in terms of the goals they gave up in some of those games. I mean, there were quite a number. There were 4 games that I count. The Leafs gave up fewer than 3 goals. And Leafs won 3 of those games. Winnipeg Jets, by contrast, didn't play a single game during which they didn't give up. Winnipeg Jets, by contrast, gave up at least this many goals in each of their games. And this many, at the very minimum, if empty netters are excluded. That first game, the Jets were off. And I could feel it. I could look, watching that first game, 7-4, that lead in the third period. Like I said, I referred to in that video with that Montana, that video or the audio response to various claims made by TSN scout director Craig Button on episode of Montana's Barbecue about the Winnipeg Jets having gone from having had a whiteout to a wipeout. Well, there are a lot of reasons. Well, the defense was a disaster. Penalty kill was a disaster. 5 out of every 8 penalties killed. Not good. So yeah, say the Winnipeg Jets. I mean, the Leafs at least have a hope of winning games, allowing fewer than 3 goals in a game, in a playoff game. Winnipeg Jets, where's the defense? It hasn't been fixed. So I'd argue, why should the Winnipeg Jets be up higher than the Leafs? Yeah, sure, Leafs haven't won a Stanley Cup since the 1960s. But to have the Winnipeg Jets come anywhere near a conference final for the last 6 seasons. Have they won a playoff series? Well, Winnipeg Jets' last playoff series win was back during the 2021 North Division. The Leafs have a more recent playoff series win. So yeah, that Leafs-Bruins series could have gone either way. It's too bad it didn't go the Leafs' way, but I mean, it is what it is. The Leafs are a flawed team. I've accepted that as a fan. And again, I have to add that the Winnipeg Jets, that although the Leafs no doubt didn't win a playoff series last season, the Leafs at least gave them their goaltending. I mean, Joe Woll gave them a chance. Okay defense within the last games 2, 5, 6, and 7 gave them a chance. I mean, let's face that. Leafs are a flawed team. What have the Jets done? Jets have have played 9 straight playoff games, during which they have given up at least 4 goals. So that needs to be taken into account. So I would say that in terms of Canadian NHL teams, I agree with Shannon, the Hockey Guys rankings of each of the Oilers in terms of Stanley Cup pressure. Oilers, Sens, Habs, and Flames. Is where I have an issue is putting the Leafs above the Canucks or Jets. So what I would do is my ranking is the Oilers have the most pressure, followed by the Winnipeg Jets, the Leafs, because, well, these haven't won very many playoff series after the following 2003-04 NHL season, and the Canucks in terms of the Canadian team. So that's really what it is. I want it just to really make, with the record clear. I strongly believe that the Leafs should be up there in terms of the Canadian teams. And Jan the Hockey Guy, I agree with him in terms of placing in the top 10 in the entire league. Leafs have not won very many playoff series. They won among the fewest playoff series following 2003-04 NHL season. The last one that was not, last one before that big lockout kind of torpedo what would have been the 2004-05 season. So, on that note, I'm going to say, if you like the video, please make sure to click that like button. If you want to subscribe to my channel, please feel free to do so. Subscribe is completely free, and it may very well spread the word about that I like to make videos about Canadian sports teams. Want to go a little bit further and receive more notifications of videos I put out. I do encourage you to click that notification bell. I try to put out videos, whether long or short ones, multiple times a week. I know it's the NHL, NBA off season, so I haven't put up as many, but I definitely look forward to the return of hockey and basketball, two of my favorite sports to watch. And the Raptors, even if they don't see playoff action, I don't know how much pressure to win another championship that the Raptors have this coming season, but I mean, I don't know. It'd be nice if they can just get into the playing round, but anyway. So respect to teams for which I cheer. Go Leafs, go Raptors, go Toronto FC, go, and respect to other Canadian the Canadian national teams for which I cheer. Go Canada, go.